Welcome back. And the question really, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, is that already there are dual power centers, or really three power centers in your party, in your government. There is the Prime Minister, but there is also the Congress President Sonia Gandhi, and there is the Vice President Rahul Gandhi, both as independent power centers in the Congress party. Now that the Prime Minister has announced his desire not to be in the race for the Prime Ministerial post of 2014, what happens between January and May of 2014 when he becomes even more of a lame duck Prime Minister? He's already been called a weak Prime Minister. Do you think now he's lost his authority in the remaining period?
I think it's a good devil's question to ask, Navika, but it has absolutely no sequitur at all. First of all, this Prime Minister, with identical allegation about dual authority, remote control, government is going to fall in 3 months. This government, this UPA, this Prime Minister, this Congress President have been there for 10 years now. It's exactly what I heard in September of 2004, the BJP going hysterical, and you've seen the answer by the electorate for 10 years. Number two, do you suggest that if a Prime Minister is candid and humble and straightforward, and he has said so earlier that the mandate was not for me, but I am there, if he says that he rules himself out, do you think he's in it only so that he can be a Prime Minister again in 2014? And therefore he'll be a lame duck now? I mean, that reasoning doesn't gel at all. Why should a person be lame duck? He has conducted the government for 10 years, and you have an election coming around the corner. In any case, nearer an election and from February or so, with a model code of conduct, in that sense, the whole country is lame duck, because major policy decisions don't take place. But why this new added thing? And I want to say the third thing. Nirmala ji wants us to believe 3 minutes ago that Babulal Bukharia, having been convicted, continues as a Council of Minister, conviction in a criminal case, because he has filed an appeal. Isn't that an amazing statement?
No, he's gone on an appeal. He's gone on an appeal, and I don't think there's a distortion of facts there. You have to accept that he's gone on an appeal.
If you read Justice Hegde's 1000-page report, you'll get to know about Mr. Yediyurappa. Direct accepting of money in his son's trusts. Mr. Advani, Mr. Modi and Mr. Jaitley and others have continuously badgered the Prime Minister with words like night watchman. And if he says that Mr. Modi is disastrous for the country, they say these are very bad words by the Prime Minister. What kind of double standards are these?
That's the point. The Prime Minister's called that Modi will be disastrous for the country, and these are comments that the BJP has taken objection to. Nirmala Sitharaman, do you see somewhere this as the Maut Ka Saudagar moment for Narendra Modi? Do you think these comments are going to be used by the BJP once again for electoral benefits, rather than allow them to be passed on as just pure rhetoric made by the Prime Minister?
A Prime Minister is the Prime Minister for the country. I was completely let down when in the press conference the Prime Minister spoke of a constitutional authority, the Chief Minister who's been elected 3 times and who's not been found fault with by the courts. He calls him with a kind of expressions which Srimati Sonia Gandhi used in the 2009-7 elections in Gujarat, and for which the people of Gujarat punished them squarely, and till today they are not able to come back. Prime Minister of the country holds a position of respect and dignity, and here we find him using expressions which are not even said in the court. It's astonishing that he chose to use these kind of words against a Chief Minister.
Dr. Singhvi, that's the point. The courts, according to BJP, have exonerated Modi so far. He's been under scrutiny of the courts, of the SIT, of various commissions, but they have not found anything against him. Why would the Prime Minister call him disastrous for the country?
Why not?
That's the objection the BJP is raised.
Why not? It's a very clear political statement. I can say it, a lot of congressmen say it. The BJP will be disastrous and Mr. Modi will be disastrous. We believe he's a divisive figure, nothing to do with court judgments. It's nothing to do with court verdicts.
So
he's a divisive figure.
Navika,
he's a divisive figure. He has, I'll tell you why. He has a certain ideology.
So when we call the Prime Minister lame duck, and when we call the Prime Minister as having failed the economy, he gets very worked up.
Nirmala, Dr. Singhvi saying it's a question of ideology.
Let me complete.
It's a question
Let me
of
complete,
ideology.
Navika. No,
to
I am
undermine
saying
the-
I am
it's a question
entitled to
of-
say
No, no, let
as
me-
a
you
Congress
asked me a
party
question, let me
that
answer,
we
Navika.
believe
Dr.
that
Singhvi
Modi
can't
will be
speak for everybody.
disastrous. I am saying very clearly that the Congress is entitled to, the Congress has said, and let me repeat it, the BJP and the Mr. Modi will be disastrous for the country. They have not a hope in hell in coming to power, but Mr. Modi otherwise is a divisive figure. He is a person with an ideology which is not suitable to this country, and he is someone who has a certain belief, a thrust, which is completely alien to the inclusive culture of this country. And that's all I'm saying. That's the substance of what the Prime Minister said.
Well, Dr. Singhvi seems to be putting on a lot of charges on the BJP, about which I've answered. But what I raise as question is, in a press conference when the Prime Minister, who's holding a position of power, who did not act on corruption, who went about saying it happened during UPA 1 and absolves himself of every responsibility because he's been re-elected, use the same mapdand, use the same measuring rod and say after 2002, Modi ji has been elected 3 times over. Would you want to absolve him? No. But Modi ji, upar se, answered every question of the SIT, went through the process, SIT, and after that the Supreme Court, and absolved himself of all the acquisitions. But what about the Colgate? Did the Prime Minister ever answer any question?
Whether it is the Congress party which is not interested in addressing corruption, or whether it is the BJP which has its own track record given the return of Yediyurappa, is a question that the jury is still out on. Is this the reason, because of this one-on-one battle between the two national parties, that parties like the Aam Aadmi Party have come out to become the major option for people in urban centres? That's a question that both national parties will need to keep their eyes on in the elections of 2014, because this time the battle is not just going to be two-cornered. Will there be a third corner spoiling the entire fight between the two national parties? That's all we have for you this week on The Realpolitik. Next week, more such issues, more such debates on the real issue of politics.